Hello and welcome to the class. Today we're going to focus on hamstrings. It's quite important because sitting, walking, cycling, we need to stretch our hamstrings. They don't get stretched very much, and it's important for our back. So mostly hamstring stretches today. Starting off in a comfortable position, you can sit with your legs crossed. Quite nice to sit with your back against the wall actually, to make it relaxing. Or you can lie down with your knees bent and feet on the mat, or however you feel comfortable, and closing your eyes. So just getting comfortable now. I'm sitting on my heels, which is quite comfortable. Some people don't find that is. And just taking your senses inwards. Just a few words about mindfulness. It's all the go mindfulness, but it's yoga. Mindfulness is the awareness that emerges through paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally to things as they are. Pay attention to what, you might ask? To anything, but especially to those aspects of life that we take for granted or ignore. For instance, we might start paying attention to the basic components of experience, like how we feel, what's on our minds, and how we perceive or know anything at all. Mindfulness means paying attention to things as they actually are in any given moment, however they are, rather than as we want them to be. Why does paying attention in this way help? Because it is the exact antithesis to the type of ruminative thinking that makes low moods persistent and return. First, mindfulness is intentional. When we are cultivating mindfulness, we can be more aware of present reality and the choices available to us. We can act with awareness. By contrast, rumination is often an automatic reaction to whatever triggers us. It is tantamount to unawareness being lost in thought. Second, mindfulness is experiential, and it focuses directly on present moment experience. By contrast, when we ruminate, our minds are preoccupied with thoughts and abstractions that are far away from direct sensory experience. Rumination propels our thoughts into the past or into an imagined future. Third, mindfulness is non-judgmental. Its virtue is that it allows us to see things as they actually are in the present moment and to allow them to be as they already are. By contrast, judging and evaluating are integral to rumination and the entire doing mode. Judgments of any sort, good, bad, right or wrong, imply that we are or the things around us have to measure up in some way to an internal or external standard. The habit of judging ourselves severely disguises itself as an attempt to help us to live better lives and to be better people. But in actuality, the habit of judging winds up functioning as an irrational tyrant that can never be satisfied. Practicing mindfulness is more than just noticing things around us that we hadn't noticed before. It's learning to become aware of the practical mode of mind that gets us stuck when misapplied to ourselves and our emotional life. The practice of mindfulness teaches us to shift into being mode so that we can be more at peace with our emotions. Our emotions are not the enemy, after all, but messages that reconnect us in the most basic and intimate of ways with the adventure and experience of being alive. start to open your eyes, have a stretch, and slowly getting up, and we'll do sun salute. Today you will need a chair, a bit of wall, belts and a block, or some books, etc. if you haven't got blocks. And we're going to come up to a good Tadasana mountain pose. So, feet together, legs together, coming to the front of your mat. Spreading the toes, lifting the kneecaps, dropping the tail, lifting the breastbone slightly, looking straight ahead, chin down very slightly, crown of the head lifted, hands in Namaste, smile. Breathe in, stretch up and back, breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down, look up. Hold into plank, breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, energy, big step forward with the right, step forward left. Breathe in, stretch up and back, hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back, breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank, breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left, breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back, hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back, breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank, breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward right, breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back, hands into Namaste. Last one, breathe in, stretch up and back a little bit more. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, left foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Step forward into left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Get your breath back. Breathe, stand tall, strong legs, shoulders down, press with the hands, strong, breathe. Okay, we're going to now, we're going to lie down and do some leg stretches with the belt. So have a belt or a tie or something ready. And lying on your mat. Have head support if you know you lift your chin too much. And first of all, stretch out in a lying Tadasana. So feet, legs together. Make sure that the tail comes forward to on the back here. And that's comfortable. Stretch your heels away from you. Bring your toes towards you. And that includes the little toes. And let's just stretch arms back to get a nice stretch of the upper body as well. Shoulders down, backs of your hands down. Don't worry if you can't quite reach the mat. Let's see if you can. And then bring the arms down, lift your feet on the mat, get the belt, bend your knees in, bring the belt around the ball of the foot, hold it evenly with both hands, stretch the other leg out like it was before. Now make sure this hip hasn't come towards you too much, so just put the fingers in the hip crease and move the leg away. Shoulders down, chin down. Make sure the rest of the body is in order and get a nice leg stretch there. So the tummy has to work, doesn't it? You're holding it securely but not gripping, not carving your mouth or anything. Can you stretch your heels away, your toes towards you? So as you stretch your leg away, keep the hip down. So try and straighten the leg to really stretch at the back of the hamstrings here. So it doesn't matter if it's down lower, but to try and have it straight, that's the main thing. If it's up quite nicely and you can move the hips away and the leg towards you, you can bring it a little bit closer, but pay attention to what the other leg's doing. That's still working the same. Bend the knee in and change the legs. So first of all, legs together, stretch the heels, toes towards you, bend the left one in, belt around the ball of the foot. What are the shoulders and the head doing? Can you move this hip away, this left hip, so that it's even with the right one, holding the belt, shoulders and chin not lifted, extending this leg. Now imagine you had a belt on that leg as well, and that is working the same. So keep it stretched down on the mat. And then breathe in as you breathe out, pressing the lower abdomen down. Breathe in, breathing out, move the hip away from you as you bring the leg towards you. But if you can't do that, then just hold it there. Keep stretching both legs, so don't forget the leg. This leg is working exactly the same. Shoulders down, breathe. Enjoy. Oh, lovely stretch. But also, obviously, carrying on the awareness and mindfulness of how it feels. It's coming to the edge, not over stretching, but not under stretching either. And bend the knee in. So, clasping this left one down. Same thing, bring the leg up, belt around the ball of the foot, holding it in the right hand, left hand firmly on the hip, turning the leg out from the hip and out to the side. Keep the shoulders down, keep this other leg working. Now, don't let this come up. This might be quite enough for you. You might want to do a little bit more. Some of you might be able to hold the toe and still keep some order there. Just see how you go. Breathing in and breathing out. Trying to get that lovely stretch. And breathe in and come up. And then change. So start off with both feet together and extending. Bend the left one in. Belt round. You've got all that straight. Checked it. And holding with the left hand. Other hand firmly on that right hip. Not moving at all with this hip and the leg. Breathe in, breathing out. Rolling this leg out from the hip. And then, I've got the plants in the way, I probably have. And you can put the elbow there if you like. If you can reach the toe without bending the leg, that's good. And with great awareness, get that lovely stretch. Breathe in and come up. And bend the knee in. Bring both feet on the mat. Bend both knees in. Have a little roll side to side. Cross the ankles. Can you reach your feet? Do you think you can rock to sitting up? So you don't need to keep the chin right down. Start to rock a little bit, chin down. And then you might eventually on sitting with your legs crossed. And then we're going to do some dog pose. So coming up, placing two blocks. So we're going to start off putting our hands on the blocks and then putting our heels on the block and see what difference that makes. So two blocks here, or if you've got some books that are even, or if not, you could roll your mat up and try and make a step there. Okay, so putting the hands towards the palm of the hand on, but touch the fingers off.
Slides
Really
again.
on the wrist as well. See how that goes. Hands shoulder width. Walk the hips back to hip, under the hips and a little bit back. Tuck the toes under. Breathe in. As you breathe out, suck the tummy in. Lift high. Lift high. And as you breathe out, start to bring the heels down. So, and you move all your weight back. Breathing in and breathing. Can you stretch your fingers a little bit out now as well, but palms down. If not, you can hold the block. The other thing is you can bring your hands forward, make sure I'm not going to slip or anything though. And if you do that, you'll hips your heels down a bit more, or perhaps walk back a bit more if it's become too easy. Make sure you don't slip. And then come down. And then you turn around and put your heels on the blocks. So just the heels. Walk forward, forward, forward. Don't forget to spread the fingers, middle finger in the middle, hand shoulder width. And so, if you couldn't put your heels down before, you should be able to now, hopefully. And you can look at the toes, they're nicely forward. And you can't see the inner heels or anything, so you know they're in the right place. Now, breathing in, breathing out. Shoulders away from your ears. Backs of the thighs to the wall behind you. Can you lift your feet now off evenly? Are you even on the heels? There's more pressure on the arms. So come down if you need to. Take another breath. Bring the toes down. And come into child. Toes together. Knees apart. Forehead down. And hands, back of the hands on your feet, and nice relaxing posture. And just letting go. And then come up, and come up to standing. Just come to standing in Tadasana. Nice and firmly. Okay. Good Tadasana. Right, so firmly on the right leg. Bend, start to bend the knee in. I've got to be balanced, it's a bit springy on here. And breathe in, breathe out, lift up. And you bring your hands under the thigh and get a little stretch there without lifting the hip too much. And bend in and down. And back to Tadasana, so spreading the toes, very firm legs, and you start to lift the right one, very carefully, hold below the knee, lift up, 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 and hands under the thigh, get a little stretch, try not to lift the hip too much, and down, and release. We go now, so we're going to do Tanasana, the angled stretch. So, have a chair first of all. So you can either have a chair or you could use two blocks, and make sure you know that they're quite firm and not wobbly. So we just start off with a chair dog. Really. Nice, lovely, stretchy movement there. Okay, take the feet together. Turn the left toes out a little step forward with the right. Now, of course, that right hip always wants to come forward with it, so we have to keep that hip back. And then, so
20 minutes gone.
On the chair.
20 minutes gone.
Okay. move that hip back and slide, slide, slide forward. If you've got blocks, you can put hands on the blocks that way. Make sure it's stable. Look up, bring the hip back, extend, and make the legs wider. Some people might want to go down further towards the knee. A little nod to the knee. Extend and that foot forward. Just do the other side. Together, turn the right toes out, left toe forward, or whichever one you didn't do. So the hip of the forward leg, bring that back. So if you're on the chair, give a nice stretch forward, wherever you are. Then you can either use blocks, or bring that down, make it wider here. Keep this hip back, extend the body, lengthen, then you might better go down a little bit. Keep this hip back, keep both legs straight, do a little hello to the knee, stretch forward, and come up, and release, back to Tadasana. Okay, we're going to do Tadasana, standing forward bend. If you come to the edge of your mat, almost to the edge of your mat, and bring the feet together, and then we're standing in a nice straight line, I hope I am, with the ears over the shoulders, over the hips, knees and ankles. And then I want you to, so we're trying to go over from the hip crease here. If you start off with your knees bent, okay, breathe in, breathing out, coming forward, 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 until your ribs meet your, or some part of your tummy or something comes to your thighs. Drop the hands down. Now, bringing the head in, and you'll start to feel this already on the hamstrings. Okay. So it depends where the hands are, of course, but they're going to be a bit down now. So if you try and lift your bottom up, keep the weight forward and try and straighten the legs. You can bring your hands a bit forward here, that will stop you moving back like that. And then release your shoulders. And you should get quite a nice stretch on the backs of the legs with that. Bring your hands back a little. Or just under the shoulders actually, and look up without bringing your bottom back too much. Shoulders away from the ears, looking up, up, up. Or you can use blocks here if you can't bring the hands down. And coming up from there with those nice straight legs, breathe in and come up. And release. So just one with wide legs now. So heels on the back of the mat, nice and compact here, bottom should be in line more or less with the back of the mat, breathing in, breathing out. Now the lower abdomen's got to work, supporting the back, back nice and straight, fingertips, or you can use a couple of blocks there, here, forward, extend from there, nice and wide with the legs, sides of the feet here in line with the sides of the mat, of course. Get a nice extension here. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. And if you can bring your hands down. So, with mindfulness, see how far you can go. So try to release down. Breathe in, breathe out. So don't strive to get down unless you can keep everything extended. And then it's quite nice to run your hands around the backs of the legs. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Bend the elbows. Breathe. Keep the bottom up. It's a good stretch on the legs, so you've got to know how far you can go with this. So come up, breathe in, extend forward, coming up with a straight back, using your tummy muscles as well, and release. Want a little go out from that. Okay, we're going to lie down and do a bridge. A bit differently. So lying down, you don't need anything under your head. Bring your heels towards your bottom. Make sure your feet are facing forward. Toes definitely not out that way. Could be slightly in a little bit or straight forward. As you can reach your heels with your hands, you can feel where they are. So just walk the shoulders down and move the knees away from you. Trying to get more of the upper body off, and extend the knees forward and lifting from your hips and your low back and stretching the knees forward to keep the back long. Coming down, 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 down. Bring the feet a bit further away. Breathe in and come up. And can you cross one leg over the other and lift? Hold, breathe, and release, and change. One over the other, and come up. Hold, breathe, and slowly down. Feet on the mat. Walk the feet in, bend the knees in, hold around the shins. Just have a little back massage, just a little bit side to side. We'll have the control. Make sure the chin hasn't lifted. Shoulders are down. And then come along to the right side and push up. Come up to sitting, feet together for Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Hold your ankles, lift the chest, shoulders down, elbows out so the chest is open. Breathe. Can you bring your toes apart? And together, heels apart. So calves are working a bit here, and together, and bring your hands behind you. So walk your hands behind you to support your back, fingers facing backwards, and as you lift here, the knees might relax a bit more. Keep the feet evenly together, lifting the heels a little bit, and release toes a little bit, and release. Lift the body up. Stretch the legs out. Stretch up. Breathe in, breathing out. And release forward, forward, forward. To gentle forward bend. There's legs working that we've kept working. So make sure they're really down and stretched. Breathing in, breathing out. You may feel you can stretch a little bit more because you stretched out the hamstrings. You may get a little bit further. Some people might come around the legs, and the backs of the hands, and drop the head. Going carefully, keeping the legs straight, releasing the back. Breathe in and come up. Just a very gentle lying twist, feet on the mat. Just let the knees go to the right, chin down, head to the left a little bit. Rest of the body relaxed. Breathe in, breathing out. And going the other way, try and relax the upper body, chin down, head a little bit over to the other side, right. Nice and relaxing. Breathe in and come up. Take a couple of breaths. And just briefly bring your legs up, or you could go to the wall and put your legs on the wall. Actually, what's quite nice is to have your feet on a chair for your Shavasana. So it's quite nice to support your calves well on the chair. Move your bottom under, and that is really nice for your Savasana. So getting into whatever position that you find comfortable. I'm just going to move a little bit forward. So just closing your eyes. And just letting go with the body. Your arms, shoulders walking down away from your ears, arms nodding out. Letting go.
10 minutes.
With your legs. So the calves, if you've got them on a chair, allow them to become soft. Feet, ankles, calves, knees and thighs release. Allow your hips and pelvis just to melt down. Soften your tummy. Just take a couple of breaths to let go there. It's often quite hard to do that. Release your ribs, your chest, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands and fingers. Legs and arms heavily down, letting go. Allow the earth to support you. Have that awareness. Release your jaw, your tongue, and your throat. Allow your face to soften. Releasing any expression. There's nothing to express now. Let it go. Let your eyes soften away from your eyelids. Release them down to your head, to heart center. Releasing the corners of your eyes, the bridge of your nose, all around your forehead. Let your brain rest at the back of your head. Be aware of any tension that you can now let go. Giving all your weight away to the earth. Being aware of the peace, the silence in your heart. attention on your heart, not your head. Letting go. Starting to bring your attention back to where you are in your room, back into your body. Start to move your hands and feet a little bit. Stretch one leg and release. Stretch the other leg and release. Stretch your arms carefully behind you a little bit and bring them back. Move away from the chair or wall. If you've got that there, bend the knees into your chest and roll completely onto the right side with your knees up. Support your head with your hands. Take a couple of breaths. And start to push yourself up. Come to carefully to a sitting position, whatever you find comfortable. As the back is strengthened and tall, hands in Namaste under the breastbone to help you lift. Just close your eyes. Couple of breaths. And remember that yoga is not a small practice. It can become as big as you want it to. Today, bring your full attention to whatever you're doing, and you will be living your yoga. Open your eyes. Have a good week with peace, light, contentment.